We're live here from Dymo Field. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge. It's flag football. It's a flag football type of week. We have flag football 4 of the 5 days during the week, and one of them is being with the Pacelli Vikings, a 2-time defending state champions, one of the top flag football programs in the entire state. And Kendall Isaac, who's the quarterback right now, fires back of the end zone. Caught. Easy touchdown. As she was able to find Addie Christensen journeying at the ball, had 2 plays, threw an interception, and then Pacelli on literally 2 plays of their own. 1 catch to Grace Smith, and another one there by Addie Christensen, and Pacelli's already up 6-0.
Yeah, and that interception by Kendall Isaacs started the possession for Pacelli as they were able to get into Jordan territory. Pacelli comes into this contest 6-3 on the season. Here's the try.
And Isaacs wide open. Hosley, not able to hold on, but great drive there for Pacelli. And we, again, are presented by the Beck Center here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Thank you to Roger Beck for being our presenting sponsor. You see them. Everybody always sees them on the screen and says, well, what's the Beck Center? Well, the Beck Center is for home for academic and athletic success, Richard. And we appreciate his support of our coverage in Pacelli athletics. And we had a fun time as Pacelli football has a road playoff game against the number 2 seeded Bullock Academy. And the girls team, they're probably going to be ranked number 1 in the GIAA. And under duress, Grace Smith tries to get it, throws it up, intercepted again, and finally pulling the flag as KK Jackson gets an interception. Elia Cheney just was under too much duress there, Richard, and KK Jackson was able to get the easy pick.
Yeah, second turnover by the Jordan Lady Red Jackets, and Pacelli already with the 6-0 lead in Jordan territory. Jordan comes into this contest 3-3 on the year. They are led by their head coach, Shireen Cobb, who's also the softball coach, the basketball coach, and the assistant baseball coach.
Isaacs going deep. Michaela Hosley.
Oh, she almost had it.
Almost had the catch for a touchdown, but good defense there by Aaliyah Cheney for the Lady Red Jackets to pull it away, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we've seen Michaela Hosley on the hardwood. I mean, she uses that tall frame to try to leap up to try to get that catch. She had a couple of touchdown receptions in that 12-0 victory over Harris County. And when we started flag football live streaming here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, it was a couple weeks ago.
Isaacs, good snap, and dump off to KK Jackson. Jackson tries to elude one defender, not able to, and her flag gets ripped away quickly. Coach Cochran, who was one of those, because he played flag football in college, he was really an instrumental part in helping grow the sport here in this area. And this team has won back-to-back, trying to go 3-peat, and they're one of the favorites in the GIAA to be able to do that, which will be in Statesboro, 5 o'clock, Thursday, November 21st. So we hope to see these Lady Vikings. Isaacs trying to get it to Grace Smith. Cheney was there. It hit off of Grace Smith's chest. Could not have been a better throw for Kendall Isaac, and that will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, girls flag football a little bit different than tackle football. The field is 80 yards by 40. You got to have 20 yards for a first down. The first down markers are at the 30, the 50, and the opposing 30. And the first down markers do not change. So if you have possession like on the 29, which is really the 19, then you only need 1 yard to get that first down. And then you got to go 20 yards to get to the 50. Looks like Pacelli's going to go for it. And of course,
Isaac rolling out.
She can throw now.
Going to throw it to KK Jackson. Jackson's going to ladder it back to Kendall Isaac, and good defense from the Lady Red Jackets, and they will get it. Turnover on downs. Ripping the flag away quickly was number 20, Malakea Sheffield.
Yeah, good defensive stop by the Jordan Lady Red
Malakia
Jackets.
Sheffield.
Yeah, of course, we just got a roster today, so we apologize if we butchered some names.
We got Hardaway Spencer and Harris County played yesterday. Dominant performance from the Lady Tigers. Richard, you were there for that. We have Jordan Pacelli today. Tomorrow, if the weather holds up, it's Pacelli, Brookstone, and Columbus.
Oh, look at that.
And then on Thursday, it's Northside, Hardaway, and Columbus. As quickly ripping away Kamora Jones, another great basketball player. A lot of these players play dual sport and were instrumental. And last year, the Lady Vikings won a state championship in flag and in basketball. Coach Cochran, also the soccer coach, won a state championship with the girls. A little bit of a triple option pass that goes
dangerous pass.
Hot through the hands of Harmony Johnson.
Yeah, that could have got picked off. So Jordan lost to Shaw yesterday. Shaw ends up getting 2 wins. They're now 5-1. Shaw defeated Jordan and Kendrick. Northside defeated Callaway and LaGrange. So I'm really looking forward to that tri-match between Northside, Columbus, and Hardaway on Thursday at Kinnett Stadium.
And there is a toss, and then another toss. And finally ripping the flag, running down the sideline was Aaliyah Kendrick. Good offense there from Jordan.
That's a way to move the football. When you're facing
creativity is a big thing, Richard.
They really do. I mean, and you know, Coach Cobb is one of the best coaches in the area when it comes to encouraging and developing her players. We've seen her in multiple sports for the Jordan Lady Red Jackets, as she is the basketball coach, the assistant baseball coach, the softball coach. This does an outstanding job.
Snap. Makes one man miss, and then Kamora Jones says, "I'll have none of that," and rips it away, whips her flag off very quickly to put up second down.
Well, remember last game we had when Pacelli beat Harris County 12-0. Tamaya Carter ended up having 4 sacks in that game. She was disrupting Cricket Colley, which, by the way, had 11 touchdowns yesterday. To hold Cricket Colley to no touchdowns, that was impressive defensive performance by Pacelli. All right, they got to get to the 50.
So Cheney gets the call from Coach Cobb.
Which is really the 40.
And they're going to, because of taking forever to get the snap off, and I guess Cheney was trying to jump them off, try to get them to jump off sides. Her own teammate took off early, and that penalty will be against the Lady Red Jackets. And that will be the end of the first. Very quick quarter.
It really is.
Pacelli got 2 interceptions, but only capitalized with one of them. It's 6-0. Lady Vikings on top of the Lady Red Jackets. Flag football presented by the Beck Center. Pepsi. Lynn Smith Chevrolet GMC. We'll be back after this.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice refreshing Sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
We're back here. It is second down for the Lady Red Jackets. Cheney throws it, finding an open receiver, and Kamara Booker. And Booker has her flag ripped off. Tried to catch the defense off guard. It seemed like everybody was coming to the near side, and then they were going to throw a pass which had Booker running the opposite direction, but Isaac was able to get the flag and rip it down clean and bring up third down. Red Jackets made the playoffs last year and 3-3 this year. Had a tough start to their schedule. Remember, the season ends very quickly. For Pacelli, their season will be done before Thanksgiving. For Jordan, as their season will end coming when playoffs start in December. Cheney throws it up, has a girl wide open. Tatiana Davis, as she falls down, thought she had a touchdown, but what a pass. Tatiana Thomas catching that from Cheney. Cheney looked like she was about to be sacked. Got the ball out cleanly. First down, Lady Red Jackets, and they're moving on the Lady Vikings.
Leah Cheney played wide receiver last year. This is her first year playing quarterback. What a great pass to Tatiana Thomas. And looks like Jordan is driving the length of the football field. They're marching on the doorstep. Good first down pickup.
Cheney tosses it to Kendrick. Kendrick not even able to get to the original line of scrimmage. Bring up second down. Had fun at Media Day that was live from the Beck Center. Over 34 teams were present and able to preview their upcoming season. This Friday, we got playoffs as your Vikings are on the road. Bullock Academy. Undefeated Bullock, but I'm being honest with you. For someone that covers GIAA extensively, same with you, Richard, I think that line is very slim.
Yes.
If you were to ask me if Vegas put odds on it, Bullock would be favored by 2 or 3, not by a touchdown, as Johnny gets the snap, throws it over.
Oh, what a pick.
Hosley, and then intercepted off the tip. KK Jackson.
Third turnover by Jordan.
But like I was saying, I like the thought of Pacelli going in there playing elite defense like they did last week against Mount DeSales. Heavy dosage of Nelson and Mabry. Why can't they pull off the upset against a team that, if you look at the schedule, Pacelli played far more better opponents. They had obviously Bullock Academy had the inferior schedule compared to Pacelli. But they're undefeated, so it's going to be tough, but I can definitely see the upset. We'll talk about that here in a second with Richard's opinion, as Isaac takes the snap, looking in the direction of Hosley, instead he's going to fire it up to Gray Smith and overthrows it.
Yeah, that was good coverage by Jordan. She wanted to try to get Hosley. Hosley is just a great possession receiver that can run a crossing route, middle of the field. But she's also one of those, you just throw it in the air and she could jump up and catch it. But yeah, Thrift, back to your point, I do think that the Pacelli football team can pull off the upset like Brookstone did last year when they knocked off Bullock Academy in the quarterfinals to reach, actually no, they beat them in the semifinals to reach the state championship. Remember, they beat Pacelli in the quarterfinals.
As Grace Smith's got it now, and this is where she's can be
got
dangerous.
speed.
She's still on her feet, eludes another. No one can get her flag. Grace Smith, finally,
Oh.
somebody gets it as Jessie Smith rips it from her. Also, Maya Booker, but what an
moves.
elusiveness from Grace Smith.
I tell you, they do work on those drills. A balancing act on the field, fancy footwork, just trying to make sure the defender doesn't get their flag. And sometimes it pays off. It gives you that extra yardage. And remember, in flag football, there's a lot of trickery. Sometimes they'll pitch it to the backfield. I mean, it almost looks like rugby, but it's just creative plays, and that's really how they're able to move the ball.
Another snap to Smith. Smith looking, 2-quarterback system, fires, caught.
Oh, what a catch.
Kayla Hosley gets out of bounds. You just got to throw it up to her. She's basically Randy Moss of flag football.
Oh, that
you throw it
kinda-
in her vicinity, she's going to make a play. Richard, what's your thought?
Well, that reminded me of that play on Monday Night Football when Patrick Mahomes was under duress and he just threw it up for DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, rely on Michaela Hosley to get those 50-50 balls, to get a big play, and Pacelli, once again, is marching down the field. And I want to say Jordan is still in this, despite having 3 turnovers. That Jordan defense, I mean, that was a win to stop Pacelli on 4th down, their last possession. But you've got to stop them here. You don't want to get down 2 scores to Pacelli.
And now Smith firing up again to Holsley, and Holsley brings it down, has her flag ripped away, but not before the damage was done. Just throw it in her vicinity, Rich.
Yeah.
She's going to come down with it.
She was double teamed, but she's taller than everybody on the field, so all she's got to do is jump up and catch it. How do you defend that? It's very tough. Yeah, you can't defend it.
You just pray that she drops the pass.
Drops it, yeah. But I got to say, that's pinpoint accuracy by the quarterback. And I think that, Pacelli has got multiple quarterbacks back there. Kendall Isaacs. I mean, sometimes you'll see Grace Smith back there, Caroline Snipes. But Kendall Isaacs is back there at quarterback.
Isaac. Grace Smith out, and she's actually just going to dump it down to Addie Christensen, and Christensen gets it ripped away from Johnson. Harmony Johnson from the Lady Red Jackets, 3:42 until the half. 6-0, Pacelli on top. Pacelli defense is elite. Now they did come up short a couple times this year, Richard.
Yeah, lost to Auburn.
And lost to Auburn.
Central.
And then Central 26-0. Also lost to actually they beat Auburn 19-14.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did.
They lost to Greenbrier and Trinity Christian, both teams that Coach Cochran said that they should have beat, but just as that one's going to be coming down for a touchdown is what a pass from Kendall Isaac to Addie Christensen. 12-0 Pacelli, and as I was make mention, they lost Trinity Christian and Greenbrier. They beat Lowndes, Baker, Auburn. They also beat a really good Harris County team. They just beat Central of Carrollton, Hillgrove. Now they got Jordan tomorrow, Columbus, and Brookstone, Lithia Springs, and Shaw senior night next week. Playoffs the week after that, and then the state championship.
Yeah, that first round of the playoffs.
So this season just goes like this, Richard.
Like fast. Like November 19th is the playoffs, and then we have the state championships in Statesboro.
And they get the point after attempt. So, Richard, Nick, give me some of the rules that you've learned so far since calling flag football, being around an expert like Rick Beach. What are some things you've gathered from covering this sport that's been a lot of fun?
Well, for many of you that don't know, Rick Beach from Georgia Alabama Sports Live is one of the assistant coaches on the Harris County flag football team. He kind of schooled me up on the rules. I mean, the field is a lot smaller than the regulation size tackle football field. It's 80 yards by 40, so the out of bounds is going to be on the far hash marks. They put the pylons on the 10-yard line. So the 10-yard line is the goalpost, and you got to get 20 yards for a first down. There's no kickoffs. There's no extra points. You can't kick it up the uprights. You do have the 1-point try. A touchdown is worth 6 points.
And there's Cheney trying to get 6 points.
Nice catch.
Fires, and I don't know if she was intending to find Heaven Jenkins, but Jenkins gets the catch and makes a play. Good job by them, and they need a touchdown as we are 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Pacelli up by 13.
Well, this is the perfect time to do a 2-minute drill. Down 13-0. You definitely want to try to get some momentum here. You can't let Pacelli get the ball back before the end of the half. You got to try to get some points because you don't want this game to get out of hand. Jordan is standing tough. I mean, they started the year 2-0. I mean, right now they are 3-3. Having a pretty good season, a team that made the playoffs last year.
Toss, sweep, and they're running open is Tatiana Thomas, who gets a 20-yard gallop.
I got to say, that was creative play calling. That was one that I know Coach Cobb dialed up. She had that play in her back pocket and said, let's run this. And it worked to perfection.
Coach Cochran leading with this defense. We only got a minute left here in the half. Don't make any mistakes. Another toss sweep, but this one's going to hit the ground.
Yeah, it's a dead ball.
And it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, Jordan trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. They did lose to Shaw 9-0, which means they probably was a touchdown and a safety. And then last week they had a try match where they beat Callaway 26-0, but they lost to Columbus 19-0. They've beaten LaGrange and Hardaway. I remember that they were actually on Field A for the try match we broadcasted on Georgia Alabama Sports Live at Otis Spencer Stadium. got a chance to see them against LaGrange and Hardaway. Actually, they did lose to Brookstone 7-6 to start the season.
Cheney. Not many options, and great defense from Kamora Jones. And that will be the end of the first half. Quickly, it went by. And Kendall Isaac throwing dimes. Addie Christian's got 2 of them. And they lead 13-0 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet is loaded with over 500 new and used on the lot and on the way. Check out the big Chevy Silverado 2500 HDs, discounted up to $9,000 off. And you'll love the stylish SUV that has plenty of room for the whole family. Chevy Tahoe's up to $9,000 off. Come to Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika for big discounts with a fantastic selection. Or explore anytime, anywhere at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the 2 here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. One of my daughters is a student at CVCC right now. She's going through the arts program. I've got another son who's right behind her who's about to graduate school, and he's already talking about going to CV, and he's ready for it. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. It was a great experience, and I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
GMC SUVs, GMC SUVs. On sale now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. The GMC Terrain, the compact SUV with seating for 5. And now discounted up to $6,500 off. The full-size GMC Yukons, discounted up to $9,000 off. Choose from almost 200 new GMCs. Get your best price every day on the lot or online at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
We're back here, flag football coverage on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, the exclusive place for flag football. I don't see many other people streaming flag football games, but they better get it on the act. As Kendall Isaac takes a snap, dumps it down, pass out to Grace Smith. Smith then laterals it to Addie Christensen. Christensen's now running down the sideline, does a spin move, but then Chaney takes it down. But how about that little zippity-doo-dah day?
Yeah, never had her flag pulled, and so she kept going. I love the trick plays in flag football. I mean, you see it all the time. It's just good play calling. It's kind of positioning yourself to be at the right place at the right time. There, Jordan got the football first. They ended up throwing an interception to Kendall Isaacs, and then Pacelli ended up scoring on the next play, or the next drive, and then they got another touchdown.
Bad snap over Isaac's head.
That's going to be a dead ball.
And that's going to be a dead ball.
Yeah. Rules in flag football are a little bit different. There's really, they don't have fumbles. It's a dead ball. So these
and
pitches
it's also going to be where the ball landed after the bad snap, so that's why they're backing up.
Exactly. Can't recover a fumble, but if it does hit the ground, if it's a lateral, it's actually spotted right where the ball landed.
Isaac's going to throw it up to Addie Christensen
Oh,
on
catch.
the run, and she's going down the sideline
There
for
you
her
go, catch.
third touchdown. Oh, did they get her right?
Right at the goal line?
Nope. They got her down.
Right at the goal line. Oh, they pulled the flag.
I thought Christensen was about to get the hat trick. As what another dime from Kendall Isaac as she throws it over the outstretched arms of the defender. Christensen with a beautiful fingertip catch, and it is down at the 1.
That was just an incredible throw by Kendall Isaacs.
Isaac going to fire to Michaela Hosley, who was wide open. As she gives a little dance, and it's 19-0 Pacelli.
Yeah, Michaela Hosley, she is being recruited by Georgia Southern for basketball, but they were actually here for her football game against Harris County a couple of weeks ago. Had 2 touchdown receptions in that game. And the thing about this Pacelli team, Coach Cochran has got them playing on a very high level, trying to win another state championship. They just have athletes on their team. You see a lot of players that are on the basketball team.
As they're going to go for 2 and catching the 2-point conversion. And actually the 1-point conversion, was Olivia Fry. I think that's Olivia Fry. Nope, that's Mia Camp, the 8th grader. Nice job, Mia. 20-0. Pacelli on top.
And they actually, after a touchdown, they go, because it's a running clock, the offense for Jordan has to get back on the field. There's really no time to breathe. A lot of these players are playing offense and defense. And so they waste no time. Of course, Coach Cobb's going to sub one person back in. But yeah, that running clock, and it will stop after 2 minutes for timeouts. Oh, nice pitch, and then good play. That was Peyton McNeil.
Good job by McNeil. Pacelli trying to go to 7-3 on the season.
Their next home game is going to be next Tuesday here against Shaw. It will be senior night.
Their next game, though, is tomorrow in the tri-match.
That's right. They'll
with
be at
Columbus.
Brookstone.
Remember, they went 23-0 last year. They were ranked nationally. Number 13 in the entire country was the Pacelli Vikings. Now this year you have the number 1 team in the entire country, the Central Lady Red Devils. And they beat Mountain DeSales in that championship game 27-12 back November the 18th.
Yeah, good job by Kimora
Last
Jones
year.
pulling the flag. It's going to bring up a third down, and I mean, you just got to get to the 20. I mean, they do have the markers that say 20, but it's really the 30-yard line on Diamond Field. And they only need 5 yards to pick up this first down.
So that loss that Pacelli got earlier in the year, that was their first loss in 2 seasons. This Cheney has it tipped, almost intercepted. As right there, trying to make a play was Olivia Fry. So when Pacelli lost to Trinity Christian back October the 15th, that was the same day that the Lady Vikings volleyball team won a championship. They got their first loss in 2 years, Rich.
Yeah, and it's unusual, but you know, they had a big target on their back. They're playing tougher competition. Of course, played Central, the #1 team in the nation, and oh, look at Michaela Hosley pulling this one. Let's see if she could run this back. She's got speed. Still going.
I thought she was going to return that, Rich.
I thought she was going to return it.
We got Dave Plata down on the field.
Getting highlights.
You know Dave, right?
Oh, of course. Legend. Play-by-play announcer for the Pacelli football team. Part of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Also does the highlights for Viking Live. You just about see Dave Plata at every sporting event. And he's got some of his students out there, too, getting highlights. That's always good to see.
Snap. Isaacs dumps it down, trying to hit Mia Camp. Not able to. Off her fingertips. Pass incomplete. Brings up second down.
One thing that's really impressed me the most about this Pacelli team is that they're a complete team. They've got a lights-out defense that is in the position right where they need to be to pull the flags. And they got a quarterback in Kendall Isaacs that can airmail it. She has got a cannon.
We just hate Tamaya Carter.
Yeah.
Who is out for this season.
Tough loss.
Isaacs almost had that intercepted as it falls incomplete, but that was a tough one for the senior Tamaya Carter.
You could see her on the sideline. She's cheering on her team. I mean, you hate to see a player like Tamaya Carter, who had 4 sacks in that Harris County game, out for the season. This is a big third down here. Let's see the Jordan defense try to step up.
Isaac, dump down. Camp. Camp's got it. Taken off. Camp still on her feet. Camp going down the sideline. Camp in.
She might have been out of bounds.
Are they going to say she was out?
It looked like she was out of bounds.
Steps out, but a first down. What a move.
What a move.
There from Mia Camp, the 8th grader.
Balancing act, but just a couple more inches, and that probably would have been in the end zone for a touchdown. It's going to be first and goal for Pacelli. Like you mentioned, we'll play Brookstone and Columbus in a tri-match tomorrow at Max Strong Stadium. As you will be on the call for that, Thrift.
If the weather
permitted. Yeah, weather permits.
We'd love to be able to get that game in.
I will be on the call at Kinnett Stadium on Thursday for the tri-match between Hardaway, Northside, and Columbus.
Kendall sacked.
Got her.
What a move.
What a sack.
Unreal.
Trying to see who made that sack for Jordan. Sometimes it's hard to just tell the uniforms. That was number 1, Andrea Wilson, on the sack.
Second down. Goal. Isaac. Up. Hosley. Misses. Third down.
By the way, the Pacelli Vikings and Lady Vikings basketball teams' first game will be December the 5th against Heritage, which, by the way, Heritage is no longer a region opponent.
Nope, they moved down to 2A.
Yep. But I'm really excited just to see Calvary and Brookstone and Pacelli all in the same region together, as it should be.
Third down now. Isaacs. Under duress. Fires to the back of the end zone. Overshoots Grace Smith, and it's going to be third down. Fourth down, now in goal.
This is going to be a big stop for Jordan's defense. It looked like, Pacelli, who had a first and goal, then the sack by Andrea Wilson. And it kind of made Pacelli try to take some shots into the end zone. I think that they're going to try to, obviously they got to go for the end zone here because it's a fourth and goal.
And look, as that one is going to be a bad snap, Isaac falls down to the ground, and that is going to be turnover on downs. Good defense there from Coach Cobb's team, and we're going to go to the fourth. It's 20-0. Pacelli on top.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.
Don't know if you know this or not, but today's election day, but we're still doing our thing. Flag football, presented by the Beck Center. Also, thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC and Pepsi. Just drink me a Starry.
Nice.
You like Pepsi. You like Starry.
I do.
You're a Pepsi Zero guy, aren't you?
I do. I love that Pepsi
You like
Zero.
Diet Mountain Dew, too.
I'm all jacked up on Diet Mountain Dew. Not right now, but
you're a jacked up guy.
Pretty jacked up. I did go to the gym earlier this week,
Also, thank you to Gordy Eye Care, the official eye care of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and Richard's going to need some eye care.
Well, I got binoculars up here. I hope it doesn't ruin my eyes.
Well, hopefully Gordy will get you where you don't have to use binoculars.
Ever.
As ripping the ball out cleanly.
There's just nowhere to go.
That's Peyton McNeil.
That Pacelli defense. I know they're missing Tamaya Carter. She was a big part of that Pacelli defense, but it seems like they just plug and play. This defense has been lights out. Shut out Harris County, and they are shutting out Jordan here. Fun fact, Thrift, Pacelli doesn't play that many GHSA schools, only in flag football. It's a little bit different rules. The last time Pacelli played a GHSA school in football was when they were a member of the GHSA single A private.
And Cheney gets it intercepted. Didn't know where to go with it. Was running out of bounds. Had someone chasing after her. She just threw it up. And Mia Camp.
Fourth turnover by Jordan. And in the fourth quarter with a running clock. So I don't know if the GIAA rules are the same as the GHSA rules, but if you're up by 18 or more points and there's 2 minutes left in the game, don't call the game.
That's the way it's heading right now. As Pacelli tries to go up by 4 scores here. This got a turnover on downs and get an interception of their own.
So fun fact, in 2021, Pacelli did play Jordan in tackle football. Pacelli ended up winning that game 41-6.
Grace Smith. Good
What a
sack.
sack.
What a play by
2
Andrea
sacks
Wilson.
by Andrea Wilson. That's her second sack.
Good job by Andrea Wilson. And that will bring up now 2nd down. Tomorrow, we also have Unsolicited Hot Take. Be live at 8 o'clock. We also got Office Hours. It's going to drop at 6 o'clock.
Thrift, I'm
7 o'clock,
fired up,
excuse me.
just as you are.
7 o'clock. And from what I was told from our producer extraordinaire, Chris Gates, it was another fun episode. So expect to be laughing. Anytime you get Joe Kegler and Anson Hunley in the same room together with Kendall Mills being the instigator, you know you're going to have a lot of fun. And it looked like Grace Smith didn't know what was happening, but she's just going to direct traffic, throw it up to Addie Christensen, and he's going to catch it for a touchdown!
What a catch!
Wow! Grace Smith kind of caught off guard with the snap, throws it up, and Christensen. That's a hat trick, Richard.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
3 touchdowns for Addie Christensen, and it's 26-0, Pacelli on top.
I thought Aaliyah Cheney had a position to maybe intercept it, but that was put on a dime right in the bread basket of Addie Christensen for her 3rd touchdown. And Pacelli is just running away with this game. They're now up 26-0. This has just been an incredible effort. Now, Jordan's defense did stop Pacelli a couple of times, but it's that Pacelli defense forcing 4 turnovers.
And Michaela Hosley, 2-point conversion. And throwing that was number 15. We don't even have on our roster. But nice throw from her. This is bound to happen. I mean, Grace Smith on our roster is number 2, but obviously I know who Grace Smith is, so when I saw her wearing 18, it wasn't a huge shock. It is 27-0 as the clock keeps running. Basketball is here. We did Basketball Media Day.
Oh, it is.
What a fun time on Sunday. And guess what? Our first game of the season is going to be Central and Shaw on Saturday, 1:30 and 3. I'll be there to be on the call. And then after that, it is gung-ho until the end of February. We're going to be doing a lot of basketball games. We're also adding wrestling. And next Monday, the Pacelli Vikings Wrestling hosts the Red and Blue event that will be on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. So looking forward to introducing another sport, as running on the sideline is Tatiana Thomas. It's a great game there, but glad that we added flag. We did a flag football game last year. We really added volleyball. We did more softball, obviously, this year. And now, Richard, we are going to be adding wrestling. So wrestling, we're going to have that tomorrow, Thursday. Harris County hosts their wrestling event to bring in the season. And we're going to do Monday Pacelli, and then we're going to do a couple matches for the teams around our area. So look forward to doing wrestling. Should be a lot of fun. But Saturday, basketball season is here, and we can't wait to do it. As Cheney's got it, Cheney makes Jayla Kendrick miss. And there goes Cheney. Cheney's going to go all the way in for a Jordan Lady Red Jackets touchdown. Wow. That was
speed.
Fast.
That was fault. That was finding the holes. That was Pacelli just couldn't catch her. They were trying to go for the flag, and she just went off like she just was a burner on the field all the way to Pater for the touchdown for the Jordan Lady Red Jackets.
So now, at least they get on the board there, Richard. A move from Cheney, and they're going to go for the extra point now.
Well, I do want to say this about Jordan. They were a playoff team last year. I mean, I think that they could compete with the teams that are in their area. They're in D1 Area 1 with the likes of Columbus, Harris County, Northside, but they got a tri-match. Well, actually, no, they play Spencer next week on Wednesday. They play Northside on the 21st. So I think their tri-matches are done. They were featured in that one couple of tri-matches this year. Got a chance to see them while we were live streaming at the other field on Otis Spencer Stadium. And it is now 27-7 as the try was good. With 4:30 left to go. Kayla Hosley in at quarterback now. And that, whoa! What a catch! That was Grace Smith. Michaela Hosley in at quarterback just threw it to Grace Smith on a dime.
Get Michaela Hosley in on the action, playing some quarterback, Richard.
Might as well.
Dual athlete like her.
You know what? I think she's like, I'll show you what I can do. And Pacelli with a decent crowd here at Dimel Field. And get to see Pacelli get a win. Got a decent crowd for Jordan, too. I mean, Jordan can finish the season strong. I mean, they've got some tough region opponents like Spencer and Northside, but if they want to try to make the playoffs, you just got to focus on those games.
And look at Mia Camp, and look at the speed she has. She has people diving, missing, on the ground. Camp, still on her feet, touchdown! Wow! The 8th grader getting in on the action, Rich.
That was all speed. Middle of the field, there was plenty of wide open space. Nobody was catching her as she was zigzagging through the defenders. Had a couple blockers. And that was a good job by Pacelli to answer back after giving up that touchdown.
Here's the future for Pacelli flag football, Richard.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Well, here comes the try.
Throwing it up, Michaela Hosley.
Oh, she dropped it. She had it in the grasp of her hands, but she couldn't pull it down.
And that, as the 2-minute mark's about to come up, and if
I think
the rules hold sturdy,
I think it's the same rules.
and that will be the game. The Pacelli Lady Vikings will win 33-7. What a performance from Kendall Isaac. Addie Christensen will be the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game with 3 touchdown receptions. And the Lady Vikings go to 7-3. And Coach Cochran's team is a few weeks away from trying to go back to back. And this was a good win against a really good Jordan team that you'll see again, Richard. And we hope they have a great season in public school sector. And we'll hopefully see them when we're covering for Muskogee County School District. They'll go to 3-4.
Yeah, this was just an overall matchup that was one on the trenches with Pacelli, and just the way their defense played lights out. They did give up that long touchdown, but Aaliyah Cheney did have the touchdown for Jordan. This is really a game that Jordan just, they don't need to get too discouraged because they had some good plays. They were able to stop Pacelli on a couple possessions. They just need to get back to the drawing board. If there's any coach out there that could develop talent, it is Coach Cobb. And I believe that Jordan, as they got 2 more games left against Spencer and Northside, try to finish the season out to try to make the playoffs.
Well, we had a lot of fun here, man, and enjoyed calling it. Tomorrow, we got a tri-match from Brookstone, Pacelli, Brookstone, and Columbus, if the weather permits. We got another tri-match in Muskogee County, Northside, Columbus, and Hardaway. And on Friday, we got Brookstone, Stratford, and we also have on Friday Glenwood playing their football game, Alabama Christian. It will not be on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, but we will be partnering with the NFH Network to be able to bring you that. You will have to watch it on their platform. And Saturday, we got flag football. Well, this game is presented by the Beck Center, where we'll be tomorrow for the Pacelli Coaches Show, as Coach Dwight Jones will be sitting down with either me or Richard to talk about their big playoff game this Friday against Bullock Academy. From Chris Gates, Richard Aldridge, I'm Thurp Barron saying thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Pacelli wins 33-7. We'll be back after this.